Well, people wanted to hear my opinion about this whole drama with Molecule 8. I think I'm going to take it a little bit more deeper into basically, let's take it deeper into the hobby and what has basically progressed over the past couple of years. And it's not just Molecule 8, but it's just the scamming process that has built over at least the past 7-8 years I've been sitting here collecting. And it's just been absolutely ridiculous. It's a cancer in the hobby. And it's destroying a lot of people's reputations, and it's only continuing to sit there and to grow. And apparently what happened with this whole thing with Molecule 8 is the same thing that happened with a lot of other collectors who have lost out on something. So me personally, I had my opinions about Molecule 8 from the jump. The way they were running their business just seemed a little sketchy. And so I was like, to those who are investing their money into this company, beware. Something just doesn't seem right. I really wouldn't put my money into anything until I actually see something in hand and their business continues to grow from that. And right away, as soon as they finally put a figure out, the scamming portion came out in the opening by two well-known artists who were involved in certain projects with Molecule 8. Everybody knows who Vimal is, and Keon Akim, she is a very well-known, very talented artist who has worked with many companies like Blitzway, Interbay, and Hot Toys. I mean, this girl, she is crazy fucking talented with how she produces these 1/6 scale heads from scratch. And apparently they completely fucked her over. And what was that? Sorry about that. They completely fucked her over. Not only did they say they felt they paid her enough, which wasn't even close to the amount of money that she deserved for the work that she did, but they also have certain sculpts that she sent to them that they now have in their possession. And if their company goes to shit, they can easily sell off these head sculpts to other bootleg companies like Redman Toys. They can sell the head sculpts off so they can mass produce it and put their work out, and she will not receive not one dime for it. Vimal, same situation. They have a digital format of a sculpt that he worked on, and now they can print it and do whatever they want to do with it. And he received absolutely nothing for this. And this is a problem in the hobby, and it has been going on for years now. And it's just sad to sit there and see this happen to certain collectors, and now it's sitting here happening to these artists out here who are very talented and putting their work out. And now we have a possible chance of losing them, because they can sit there and just say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna put anything else out. I'm done. And now what? We just lost someone who is very talented, and now they're no longer in the game. So it's been going on for quite some time now. And like you can see, you know, her work here, the John Lennon sculpt that went out, they took it and they remodified it and fucked it up from what she did, which was just absolutely horrible. And then, you know, you got the David Bowie sculpts that she did for them as well. They're fucking phenomenal. And now these sons of bitches have this in hand, and God knows what they plan on doing with it. They could reproduce it, sell it to Redman Toys. Who knows what they're going to sit here and do with it. But that is a lot of work that she did, from sculpting to painting it, and now she receives absolutely nothing. And me personally, I just have zero tolerance for it. I've seen too many scam artists in the hobby, from Mo to Pedro, all the way up to the famous Saran Kim, who I sat there and put out. I placed him at the top of one of the very talented artists out there that can produce 1/6 scale figures. And it's sad to sit there and place his name in the mix of all of this. Dating it all the way back to with Mo Productions back on Sideshow Freaks, I fucking called it. Just the way that he was sitting here doing his business, I was like, there's something sketchy about this dude. And he ended up walking away with tens of thousands of dollars of people's money. And those people will not see anything that they put their hard-earned money into. He's gone. You know, you have the famous Saran Kim, and he literally put out beautiful figures. Can I have any of them in my collection? I can't. He ran off with thousands and thousands of dollars of people's hard-earned money. And there are still collectors out there that have not received some of their figures from him. And he chooses not to respond. He's just playing ghost, and that's it. You know, and I can't support that. I was in a conversation on Facebook, and someone asked me saying, so if someone offered you Van Gogh or Jimi Hendrix or the Admiral, you're telling me you wouldn't sit there and pay the money to get it? No, I can't. Because behind that, and this is just my opinion, but behind that figure comes with an artist who scammed a lot of people. It's no fucking different from you supporting Redman Toys. You know, they're taking somebody else's work and copying it and putting it out there on the market to make money off of it. And the artist gets nothing. To me, I feel like that's a scam. So I can't have, even though these figures are beautiful, I can't have them in my collection because, you know, how's that going to look if, let's just say, for instance, Keong Akim, hopefully I did not butcher her name. What if she was to come one day and she saw my collection and she sees that Molecule 8 John Lennon figure, which I did not purchase, but what if she sees that? You know, she's going to sit there and be like, what the fuck? You know, you support me and you support my work, but yet you support the company that fucking robbed me. You see what I'm saying? So for somebody like Saran Kim, I can't support that. I just can't. Like I said, beautiful figures, but it seems like now some of these figures that are populating and people are in the hunt for, I feel like it's the hype that they're really going after. It's not, it may be a little bit of how beautiful the figure is, but I think it's more of the hype now to sit there and say, ooh, you know, I got the one piece or one figure that, you know, no one else got. And I don't know. I can't just, my collection, I can't have it in there. to sit there and to know that there are people out there that pre-ordered these figures. Okay, they were into the figure from the jump. When he first promoted it, they were into the figure from the jump, not later on. And they pre-ordered that shit. And still to this day, they have not received it. And I can only feel how much pain it is to where they see people who never pre-ordered the figure, never had intentions on buying the figure until the hype began, and now they have it in their collection. You know, I can only just imagine how fucking frustrated they are. So therefore, I can't support it. I can't. I mean, I really wish, you know, he didn't do that, because again, he was putting out beautiful work. I really wish he did not do that, but he did. And, you know, other artists out there, they think the same thing. They're like, you know, especially with him being Korean, you know, they're like, you disrespected all of us from what you basically did. And that's a big thing out here in Southwest Asia. You know, respect comes very highly out here. And he tarnished his name when he sat there and when he did that. So I can't do it. I can't, you know, and a lot of people are like, you're full of shit. If you had any one of these figures in your collection, you're telling me you would sell it? Yeah, I would fucking sell it. I would sit there and sell it. Again, you got to sit back and you got to think on, how do you think Vinyl feels? How do you think Old Girl feels? All the fucking work that they put into supporting that company, and they fucked them like that. You know, I take my money seriously, and I don't like it when someone fucks me over, and I don't give a shit if it's even over $20. I don't play that shit. You fuck with my money, you're gonna get hurt. And the fact that, you know, he took these people's money and did what he wanted to do with it. I can't roll like that. I never will roll like that. And it's no shots out to any other collector out there that has his work. This is just my opinion. So I don't want motherfuckers sitting there being like, oh, you're taking shots. I'm not taking shots. It's just how I roll. You know, with Arnie Kim, I had a talk with him and realized, you know, how he was pretty much in bad business with a lot of these other companies out here, where I guess they really didn't want to pay him the amount of money for the work that, you know, he was giving them. And it's like, well, it's either you're going to let them fuck you over, or, you know, do you have the utmost respect in your work, and you feel like, you know, hey, this is good quality I'm giving you, I deserve this paycheck. And I don't know, it's just a lot of companies out there, they don't want to pay the money, they trying to save a buck, and it's ridiculous. And now those companies lost a very talented artist. I thank God that he still, you know, puts his work out there, but he does it for private commissions, only to people that he trusts, because, you know, his work is probably one of the very few pieces out there that you will never see replicated. No Redman Toys will ever get a hold of it. It's very limited and very rare, and he's making a really good, I'd say a pretty good living off of it. So, yeah, those are just my thoughts. In this hobby, you have got to be careful. You have got to be careful, especially when it comes down to figure runs. You know, it has to be someone who has a very well track record, because it's out there. People will sit there. I don't give a shit what people will say. People are out there, and they're using these clothing runs from Yunsul. They're using it to pay their fucking bills. They're literally sitting there using it to pay their fucking bills. They're overcharging collectors almost $100 fucking dollars just so that they can collect that extra 100 from them and put it in their own pocket. There's nothing wrong with making a small little profit, but man, when you're overcharging people 100, maybe close to $200, you're fucking ripping people off just so you can sit there and pay your fucking bills. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows who the folks out there doing it. You gotta be careful of that shit. So with that being said, enjoy the hobby, enjoy your collection. Watch out for the bullshit. It's sad, but this hobby generates so much income. People will take advantage of it, and unfortunately, it's been going on for too long. And now this company jumped in and shown their evil side of what they did to these two. So hopefully, Vimal's going strong. He's pissed off about it, but, still doing his thing. Hopefully, Kyung Kim, hopefully she will bounce back. She's really upset about it because, again, that was a lot of work she put into it. And it's now gone, and she didn't receive, she wasn't compensated the money that she should have received. So hopefully she bounces back from that. I already told her she has my support if she wants to, help me out on a few things. The money's there. But, hopefully she doesn't stir away from the hobby, because it'll be a huge loss. For somebody that talented to sit there and say, hey, I'm done because of this. So, all right, I baffled enough. Stay tuned. I've got, man, what the hell I got some shit coming. Trust me, it's, you're going to love it.